Hello and welcome back to another episode of Reach Your Happy with Laura. So today I'm going to talk to you about waiting, about being present, about manifestations, because we're always wanting, right? There's always this pull towards the next thing. Oh, I reached this goal. Okay, what's next? What's next? Sometimes you get married and people immediately go, okay, when's the baby? It's just this constant next. And it makes sense. We are put into a school system in the US where it's a very logical order that we follow. And so we're really conditioned to continue in that vein. But then you get into real life outside of that school age time and you realize really none of this is linear. I was showed a system that was so laid out before me, so easy to know what's next. And now all of my life is filled with unknowns and no idea what's next. Like when you graduate high school or if you go through college, people are like, okay, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's always this push to next. And well, it's partly biological because that's how evolution works. Next, all right, make a baby so we can start this next generation. Very natural. And we've spread this onto so many other areas. So when you think about the fruition of something or manifestation of something, the time it took you to get there versus the time that that manifestation is celebrated or even enjoyed, or the time that really exists is so little. Your way to the goal, the manifestation, is really 99% of it. And then the manifestation or the goal is 1%. It's such a small piece of it. And yet we get so hooked on it that we even become dissatisfied and unhappy with our current existence because that 1% isn't fulfilled yet. And even when you put it like that, right, 99% to 1%, well, that term, the joys in the journey, kind of annoying when people are saying, you're hunting for a house and you're like, oh, it's so hard to find. And people are saying, enjoy the process. And you're like, yeah, you enjoy this process. But it really is about the process. Because in the process, where the majority of your time is spent, it is also where the gold is. It is where you grow. It is 1% about the manifestation, the actual goal, the actual home, and 99% about who you become on your way to said goal. So if you in your life right now are wanting a different bodily condition, wanting a different work situation or relationship condition, remembering that the manifestation of your desire is but a blip on the radar. And that's not to say it's not enticing and wonderful and worth your while to go towards it. And I want to remind you that your process to it is really what you're looking for, even though we set the goal as the thing we're really looking for. So when we are so caught up with the 1%, it causes agitation. It causes confusion and this sense of I must not be doing something right. Some people turn towards I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy of receiving it, and that's why. When really, there's simply a process that needs to unfold before you get to that manifestation. You actually want to go through this process because who you are now versus who you'll be when you get to that point in time is a totally different person. And that person that you become on your way to it is the one that's an energetic match and therefore can attract said manifestation or goal. So it is this perfect harmony, this perfect symphony that's going on here that each little piece of us plays a part in. But when we're in our thinking mind and taking life so personally, like I'm not getting what I want because my sibling always got it, or, and it's like we've got to give up identifying with the stories that make us feel not good enough, that make us feel small and insignificant and unworthy, because it's just a bunch of bullshit. It is. Okay? We are human. We make mistakes. We do nasty, awful things. We also have the potential for deep love, but also the potential for evil. We are all things, every one of us. So no other being is more worthy of receiving that goal that you desire than you. We are all equal parts. But I believe each person is brought here to live a certain life. Like, I know that runway model life, like Victoria's Secret runway model, not my life. No, I don't want to do that. But someone's were made to do that. So you are made for specific things. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Is my goal, is that manifestation I think I so deeply desire, is that really my truth? Is that really what I desire? Or am I projecting a bit? Am I looking at someone else's situation and thinking, I want that for me, I deserve that for me? And maybe there's a little pinch of it that you really want, but it's not the whole shebang. So there's layers to this. Like all good things, there are layers, right? Lasagna has layers. Humans have layers. Layers are so important, because with layers, that means there's depth. So to your desires, to your goals, your manifestations you want, there are layers to that. And know that the layers that you peel back, that you access, that you start to understand about yourself, become aware of, because that desire is pulling you along and saying, come on. Like there is again, this harmony, this symphony going on here. The desire is pulling me, but it's so interesting. It's such a small part of the 100%. Why does that matter so much? Because it's what continues the evolution of you, right? It's the little M&M along your trail, and you're like, that was tasty. I want more. So what you think it's about isn't what it's actually about. So if you're wanting a job change, if you're wanting some change in your life, know that where you are right now, there's plenty to do. So noticing in your life, okay, where can I take responsibility? What do I know I need to do to transform into that person that I'm meant to be? What do I need to do? And it could be as simple as brushing my teeth twice a day, okay? For some people, that feels like the ultimate act of self-love. And maybe that is the simple to some, but really hard for you, step you need to take to help guide you along your path just a little bit further. But there are absolutely things in the immediate moment that you can be focused on, that isn't necessarily about that ultimate goal you have in mind, but instead it's about cultivating this, meaning you, cultivating the being you know you came here to be. And I'll tell you, those goals you want are just about you becoming that person. So there's a little bit of detachment from the goal, because it's like, oh, well, what does that really matter anyway? I know, right? Well, it's something, again, it's that M&M on the trail that feels really exciting to move towards. So, I lost my train of thought. So anyway, with wanting, there's this desire, there's also this feeling of lack. When you want something I want it so bad, right? Really, like when a kid is crying about, I want it so bad, what they're really thinking about is, I don't think you're gonna give it to me. I don't think I'm gonna get it. That's why I'm flipping out. Not because of my desire, but because in the back of my mind, I'm actually thinking, that's not coming to me. And that couldn't be any further from the truth. And that's why you feel so awful, because it's not true. Yet it can feel really true. So I'm not saying let go of the desires. I'm not saying that you shouldn't set goals and want. That's some of the most fun parts of life is wanting, is desiring, is moving towards it and knowing you're moving towards it. And there's extreme suffering involved in wanting. I want it so bad. I want it. Please, please, please. Right? Haven't you seen a kid bounce for ice cream? Please, please. Oh, I want it. I want it. There's such suffering in that desire. So want what you want, have that in mind, know you are making your way towards it in your everyday life. And day to day, you're like, oh, nothing's changing. But on the grand scheme of things, everything's changing. Everything's slightly adjusting every moment of every day. So you are moving towards it. But when you lighten up on the desire factor, and I'm not saying stop feeling excited, but just like, yeah, I want that, and I'm making my way towards it, and the timing's going to unfold, and this angst I feel isn't moving me closer, and I can feel that. It feels rotten, right? It feels bad when I think that I'm not moving towards my goal. And whatever kind of thoughts, any fear, any pain that arises with that idea, gold, ding, 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 it's gold. Look at it. See what it has for you, because it's like a treasure map. The goal's over here, and I've been calling it an M&M, but let's say, all right, so let's call it the M&M. The M&M's over here, and you're making your way to it. You've set that in your mind. Yes, I want that. And then some fear comes up, some anxiety, and you're like, shit. And no, open up the map. Open it up. Look at it. Look at it within yourself. Inviting that anxiety in, not shaming it or trying to harm it or beat it out of yourself. Just, oh, this is so interesting. This is information. Oh, I said I wanted to be a runway model. That was my goal. I'm in an agency. Yeah, I'm doing the thing. But actually, this anxiety is telling me that I don't think I'm ever going to amount to a hill of beans. That's good to know. There's some work for you in there. And that's what I mean, where 99% of that bigger goal is on your way to it. That's where the juice is. That's how we really find meaning in life, understanding that everything is guiding us towards the next delicious M&M. I don't know if that's it. Yes. So again, 99% of us, of the time, we're waiting. We're in that holding period, or so we think. It feels that way. It's not really what's going on. We're always making some progress forward towards that delicious M&M, that goal, that manifestation. So instead of sitting around waiting, checking the time, it's been 6 months and 11 days since I've made love, okay, right? Like waiting for my lover. Instead of keeping time like that, this is the invitation to get present, to listen to the nudges, to just, instead of, oh, I'm waiting for this to happen, that's going to happen when it does happen. And who I become on my way to it is really what I'm in that manifestation for anyway. So I'm gonna quit waiting. I'm gonna give up waiting and be present, get present, because I've been a serial waiter myself. Oh, okay, I can't wait for the shift to be over. I can't wait to get through that. I can't wait till the weekend. I can't wait. And then you get in this habit of always looking forward, never being here now. And so you miss your life. You miss the moments of the sunset or the bunny hopping by or your kids walking or, something, because you're, oh, how do I get there? How do I... Life is now. Look around you. This is it. And I'm not saying to not pursue the goal. That is not the message at all. And if you heard that, maybe we need to have a little one-on-one and chit-chat about it. By giving up waiting for said thing to enter your experience, you are then diminishing your own suffering. knowing that there is a desire, but there's not this neediness for it. So see how it goes. Let me know if this is something you enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, pass it on, whatever you feel like. I will talk to you again this weekend. Thank you for all the new likes and subscribes and the comments as well. It is greatly appreciated. Take good care. Bye-bye.